So we're going to do a graph with a continuous variable, and we're going to try to split it by categories. So in this example, it's definitely continuous. We're going to use age. So for this data sets, the hints data sets is going to be just numbers. That's why we know it's continuous. And the grouping variable, or if you want to think about it as the split by variable, that needs to be either nominal or ordinal. Jamovius won't let you use any other type of variable here. You can try it, it won't let you. You can try it in a different software and it might do it, but it's going to look a little messy. So for the split by variable, we're going to use language, which is they took the survey either in English or they took it in Spanish. So let's go to Jamovi. I already installed the survey plots module, so I'm going to go into, and I have a separate video to show you how to install, so you can always go back and watch that. So I'm going to go to modules, I'm going to look for survey plots, and then survey plots here, and it opens this new menu. I'm going to look for age, and it did find it, but it's labeled as nominal. That's a problem. So I'm going to drag it just because I'm here. And you can see, instead of doing descriptives, I can just look at it here. You can see my distribution. It does a bar for each because it thinks they're categories. I want to show you something at the end. I have -4 and -9. So without looking at the codebook, my guess is these are labeled as missing data, or people skip the question or something like that. I'm going to ignore it for now, and I'll show you how to remove it at the end. But the first thing I have to deal with is I have to make age continuous. So I'm going to go to variable. I'm going to look for age. Here it is. I'm going to double click on that. I'm going to change this to continuous. And you see how what I was trying to do here, it's now actually correct. I'm going to double click on the graph so it opens this menu again. What I need now is my grouping variable, which is language. If it's not, for this data set is right there, but remember you can always use the search tool. And language is the categories English and Spanish, so it's labeled appropriately as nominal. And you can see it just split English and Spanish. So what do we have here? First of all, we have this issue here below 0, and that's because we have that -4 and -9. I will show you how to fix that at the end. It also tells me the shape of the distribution. It's not quite bimodal, but you know, there's a little bump here, there's a higher bump here. This one looks a little bit more normal. These dots here, we definitely have more people that took it in English compared to Spanish, and we can see it right there. Even though we don't have the N anywhere, we can see it on those little dots. There's just not that many people that took it in Spanish. Here I have the box plot. We know the range. We know that the little line here tells us where the median is. I don't know, 50, 60, close to 55, something like that. This is without doing descriptives, which we can easily do here. So if you don't like this little dot thing, you go here where it says continuous plots. I'm going to take off that data. You could actually take the box plot. I kind of like keeping it because it gives me a little sense of really the range and the median also. I could change percentages here. It doesn't really change anything because it doesn't have percentages within the graph. So I guess that didn't work. Variable description, it kind of gives you the question and it gives you this little label here. Let me uncheck it. They disappear. If you want to put something meaningful here, what I would do is go into variables. Let's look for language. Double click so it opens this menu, and I can change my descriptions to cool, I don't know, cool description. Let me show you. You see how we typo and everything. So now let's take care of this, the missing data. I'm going to look for age again. I'm going to double click. I'm going to track it for a second just to see if I hadn't already looked at the data, which I did at the beginning. I could look down here and I see, well, I cannot possibly have someone that's minus 4 years old. So that's not right. So what I'm going to do is mark it as missing data. Sorry, I went up too fast there. I go here where it says missing value, and I just click on the box and it opens this new menu. I'm going to do equals minus 4, and I'm going to add a missing value equals minus 9. And I need to return this back to continuous. Yeah, you see, let me show you. You see how it removed the outliers that I have here. And that's it. That's our continuous variable with a grouping variable graph.